Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Wilton Report, which is everything Princeton real estate. I apologize for the small hiatus. I was sick as a dog for a few weeks, but back at it. And the market is still really fascinating. National news. I'll just kind of talk you through the national news. Market slowdown. I've heard as much as a 20% correction nationally, meaning home sales are down 20% nationally, which if Princeton is not down 20% and perhaps New Jersey is not down 20%, other parts of the country are down more. So nationally, you are definitely feeling the effect of the rising interest rates. I think the rather elongated seller's market we were in, maybe the unnatural seller's market that we were in. So different parts of the country are definitely feeling different things. And next week, we will kind of dig into a couple of different towns around Princeton, because I think as the market continues to shift, it's going to be important to compare and contrast what's happening in Cranberry, Robbinsville, West Windsor with Princeton, because Princeton, as if you've listened to this podcast before, is a very unique environment for real estate. So that being said, we are going to kind of look at the year over year through October numbers. I know it's a little bit in mid-December or mid-November, but like I said, I was sick, so deal with it. It's my podcast. So here we go. Inventory snapshot. So for those of you that are not watching on YouTube, I do encourage you to maybe switch over to the Wilton Report on YouTube, because the graphics are rather shocking. But that being said, I'm going to walk you through all of this anyway. So when you roll back the clock in Princeton and you say, okay, what was happening in 2015? January to October of 2015, 433 homes were brought to the market, came to the market, were available to be bought. 2016, 420, 2017, 394. So you're starting to see an overall decline in inventory, which was not unpredicted. If you don't follow 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓, you should. He's a great appraiser. He's been predicting what they call a more mature market for years, meaning there will be less homes for sale. People will be staying in their homes longer. So again, in 2015, 433. Fast forward to 2018, 394. We saw a blip in 2019 with 425 homes brought to the market through October. 2020, rather significant drop to 361. Last year, 410. And by the way, last year, everybody was complaining about one thing: not enough homes on the market, and things were selling in a day. So fast forward to 2022 through October. Last year, again, 410 homes were brought to the market through October in Princeton. This year, that dropped rather precipitously to 339. So almost a 25% decrease in available inventory since 2015. Now, I did not major in economics, but it does not take a PhD to understand that as supply goes down, prices go up. So, it's not price gouging, because this is a private property that people are selling, but prices will go up when you have this sort of inventory decline, despite what you're hearing nationally. And by the way, the lack of inventory isn't unique to Princeton. We will kind of do a broader market review next week, or I should say the week after Thanksgiving. But that being said, this is what's happening when you look at homes sold. So in 2015, 240 homes were sold, and it kind of meandered: 260 in 2016, 258 in 2017, 253 in 2019. You saw an absolute spike last year to 314, right? So again, inventory last year was 410. We spiked to 314 homes sold through October. This year, again, we're down rather precipitously in available inventory, and we're right about the average of 254. So if you took a mean number of the year since 2015, we're right on average. We're right on par with sold homes. Last year being a little bit of an aberration because of the velocity of the market. The issue this year is how it lines up against what's available, which is really nothing. So again, this graph, if you're not on YouTube, definitely encourage you to look over there. But look at it like this. In 2015, 433 homes were brought to the market, right, for sale. 240 of them sold. So you had an excess of 200 homes, theoretically. And then 2016, 420 to 261. Let's fast forward to 2019, where 425 homes were brought to the market, 250 sold. So you sort of had this normal range of homes selling in the 250, 258, 261 range through October in Princeton. Last year, 410 homes came to the market, 314 sold. So all the complaints about things selling, well, they were, and inventory was down a little bit, not at a low, but it was a little bit. Here's the issue this year. 339 homes came to the market. 254 have closed through October. So when you look at this and you look at the numbers year over year, you can see why buyers are feeling the pinch of high rates and low inventory. It's really tough because you're really paying more for, I would say, less of a house right now in terms of your monthly payment if you are indeed taking a mortgage. So for those of you waiting for the sky to fall on pricing, if you hold your breath, you're just going to pass out or die before prices really retract in Princeton. I will do a longer spread before the end of the year. But when you look at the median price in 2015, it was $822. We're at $1,130,000 right now. Prices are escalating. Last year was $999. Through September of this year, it's already gone up $15,000 in 1 month from September to October of 2022. So if you're banking on the higher interest rates in Princeton to bring down prices, don't. Your bank will go out of business. You will not buy a house. You just won't. And again, look at the inventory, 339. It's at a 7-year low. And I should go back. I'll do maybe a 15-year view of it. But this is what's happening in pricing. They continue to trend up just because of the overall lack of supply of homes for sale in Princeton. And this was actually quite shocking. So if you're looking at this on YouTube, you can see the overall trend. On average, through October, it took 62 days, 68 days in 2016, 62 days in 2018, 72 days in 2019, 71 days in 2020. And these were all robust real estate markets, 47 days in 2021. This year, the average days on market is 35. That's not a lot because the majority of the homes in Princeton are $1 million or more. And you have some big ticket pricing on some of these houses. So the fact that it's dropped so precipitously is rather incredible. It's half of what it was 7 years ago, basically. It's definitely half of what it was in 2019, but overall, days on market are down 50% in Princeton in 7 years. So why is that going to continue? Because there's nothing for sale. So this is the November data. I apologize. The slide says October data. I did not update it, but again, deal with it. So last year in November of 2021, the market took on 20 new listings. As of this morning, or I should say actually as of this afternoon, we are at 11. So basically, we're going to break even on inventory. The number to watch is what's under contract in current inventory. So last year, 23 homes in Princeton went under contract. This year, we're at 10. Hard to gauge at this point in the month, but I feel like we're lagging a little bit. I'll get into a little more of a detail as to where that lag might be felt in the market. There are 67 homes for sale in Princeton as of today. Same day last year, through November of 2021, there were 70. So we're still lacking inventory overall. But this is a graph of what's happening in Princeton from a single family home perspective, not condos, not townhouses, though there are some actually for sale. 2-3 weeks ago, there actually weren't any for sale. So there are 10 homes under $1 million, single family in Princeton. So I'll kind of take you through them because I know them all. 9 Horner Lane It's a great house. It's a split. It's priced rather appropriately, I think, but it's on a cut-through street. So, it already took a price reduction, but again, it was priced too high, in my opinion, when it came to the market. 84 Dempsey is a 1,600 square foot house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. Not exactly functional for the modern family. It's a ranch, good location. Then you have the Coventry Farm Lane, which account for 1, 2, 3 of the homes under $1 million. Those are off the Great Road, and those are former rental properties. So again, it's a little bit of a funky community, definitely not your normal Princeton giddy up in terms of what people are looking for in terms of close to town. 721 Princeton Kingston Road. This has been on the market by Princeton standards a while. It came on at $888. It's stuck at $888. If you want to know what's wrong with it, call me. I'll take you there. But it's got a kind of a flawed backyard. The driveway cuts across it. Cherry Valley Road's a busy road, so those are always lagging. 355 Walnut, as of last night, had 4 or 5 offers. 164 Heather Lane. I can tell you why that's not selling. It's priced at $640 a square foot, which is the renovated price in Princeton, and it should be priced in the $400 to $465 price per square foot. So whoever is selling that took a very aggressive approach to pricing. And then you have 164 Heather Lane. Again, it's not a bad house. So just not a lot on the market under $1 million in Princeton. It's just not. So if you're looking for a single family home in Princeton under $1 million, you're going to compromise. Like, it's the big C word. And then you go from $1.05 million, and the rest, when you very quickly are getting to $2 million, that's it. Like, that's what's for sale from a single family home perspective. So the best of the bunch under $1 million is 355 Walnut from an affordability. It's priced at $417 a square foot. It's got 4 offers. So pricing matters, location matters. There are certain fundamentals coming back to the market where if you're too aggressively priced, you will sit, right? And you will chase the market. Your average price won't go down, meaning you're not going to take a bath, but you will be on the market longer and you will not sell for perhaps what you should have if you priced it right. So that is really the recap in Princeton. It's the same story that we've seen the last several months. There's nothing for sale. It's kind of like buying toilet paper during the peak of COVID. There just wasn't a lot of it, and people were pretty frantic about getting their hands on it. That's the best analogy I can give you about the Princeton real estate market today. We are going into Thanksgiving week, so we will not meet or record next week. I do want to say, for those of you who listen to the podcast and have reached out, I really do appreciate you, and I'm grateful that you do listen. And I'm grateful for your ideas. If you ever have ideas, please feel free to reach out. You can follow us on Instagram. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Facebook. And obviously Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. So thank you, everybody. Have a very happy Thanksgiving. Wishing you all the best. And we'll see you guys back here in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.